Data and leadership, they go hand in hand now. The best office managers, they aren't just leading people, they're also leading strategy. You can't automate everything. I always say, don't automate empathy. Patients know when they're being served by a robot or AI. All of the technology we're using now should help us to be more human, not less. The best innovation happens when it makes your team's lives easier so they can focus on the patients rather than the paperwork. Using technology as a connector rather than a stopgap or a barrier is something to really be aware of when you're reaching out to patients and each other too.
Welcome to the Wisdom Dental Podcast, a new era of dentistry, where we peel back the layers of a running modern dental practice. From real-world stories to smart solutions, we're here to help you build a thriving business and deliver care with confidence. Let's get started.
Hello, all, and welcome back to the podcast. I am here with a good friend, Savanah Carlson with MaxAssist. A little bit about Savanah. She is a nationally recognized leader in dental office management and the director of partnerships and learning programs at MaxAssist. She has led initiatives supporting more than 10,000 dental professionals, launched innovative education platforms, and produced high-impact events focused on elevating dental team success. With over a decade of real-world experience in dental administration, Savanah brings strategic leadership, a passion for growth, and a deep understanding of what it takes to strengthen practices, empower teams, and enhance patient care. Savanah, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Of course. This is going to be so much fun. So I just want to get our listeners to know more about you. So Tell us, who is Savanah and why is dentistry so important to her?
Savanah is a bubbly, magnetic dental and Shakespeare nerd. That is Savanah in a nutshell.
I had no idea about the Shakespeare. Tell me more.
Oh, yeah, girl. So one of my college degrees is in theater arts with a concentration in Shakespeare literature. So, yeah, I still perform Shakespeare to this day. And I truly feel that it's what has given me the confidence to lead in dentistry and be able to have conversations and connect with people. I mean, because acting is about connecting with not only your scene partner, but with the audience too. So it weirdly lent itself right into what I'm doing now. But I see that would be me in a nutshell. And why is dentistry important to me? Dentistry definitely found me. My mom and stepdad were running a dental practice and I was fresh out of school and I needed a job. So they said, come on in, you can file paper charts. So started there and then I just worked my way up. It was a pediatric practice with ortho and then we added adult general dentistry with perio and we just really grew into 2 locations. It was awesome. So I started on the admin side and then I realized that dentistry is definitely one of those professions where you can literally change someone's life and change their confidence in one visit. In 1 hour, you can completely overhaul someone's view of themselves. So it's not really, to me, dentistry is not just about smile. It is about that trust and that building of those relationships and leadership and community. And it's just all rolled into one. And then I just fell in love with everyone I worked with too behind the practice, because in the dental world, we're all weird and weird.
So true.
Weird attracts weird and fun attracts fun. And we got to have a good time. So that's me. And that's why dentistry is important to me.
I love that. And I love that it was like this family thing. How long did you work with your mom and stepdad?
So I was in that practice for 3.5 years. Wow. And as you know, sometimes working with family has its challenges.
Yes.
I mean, it's very rewarding, but also let the bird fly from the nest. I need to go explore other things that are happening. I didn't leave dentistry. I just went to a different practice.
And look at you now. Look how it's evolved, all from not being forced into dentistry. I feel like I was forced into it as well, but thank goodness. Thank goodness we were forced into it.
It was fun for a long time. And it's, it's just, it was fun.
Our office would always do role playing. You were probably the best. I can just see it like scene, like, this is my time to shine.
So, you know what's funny, Ashley, is that at that first practice, my parents' practice, there wasn't really any type of formal training. There weren't any SOPs.
Shocker.
I know. So I said, okay, when someone came in under me, I did a whole role play with them to the point where I would walk out the front door.
Yes.
And I would walk in as the patient of all different personas too. And then it would come to the point where I would also do different accents too.
No.
I love doing different accents. And I would come in as like the bro, or I would come in as like this high tea English woman and talk about dentistry. And the role playing was a lot of fun.
Oh, I bet.
So it was, but I mean, it also made the learning experience for that new team member kind of enjoyable. I mean, I think I'm a pretty vulnerable person, so I'll just like put it all out there. And putting it out there in front of them, I think gave them the courage to have better conversations with patients too. They weren't so afraid anymore. Because like if they saw me screwing up left and right, or me acting like a complete buffoon, they were like, if she can do it and still have a smile on her face and still close that $10,000 treatment plan, damn, I can do it too.
Yes. It's all about like training doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun. And that's where I think like role playing, make it fun because it is a little ridiculous. So why not like go all out and take it seriously, but like laugh with it too.
Laugh with it. The strangest role playing experience at a dental conference. So, okay, let me back up.
Yes.
I was at a dental conference.
Okay.
And it was a room of like 250 people. I wasn't there with my team. I was there by myself. And the speaker wanted us to role play with the person next to us. And
awkward.
You could feel the room just go, but in the back of my mind, I was like, let's see how awkward this can get.
I would be the person that was like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom because I hate talking to people. And you were probably like, yes, I've been waiting my whole life for this.
Everyone turn around and talk to me.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that story. And I love that you have the theater back. I did not know that about you.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That was an adventure in itself. So, which is why I had no drive to get into dentistry. Yeah. And I know a lot of people have said this, like when you grow up, you're like, you don't say like, I want to be a dental office manager. That just doesn't happen.
No, you're just not in your elementary school, like your kindergarten, what I want to be when I grow up.
But like, maybe we should write a book, Ashley, for these professions that are like outside the box or don't have like formal training associated with it.
Yes. And we could start for the children.
Yeah.
Started with the young ones.
Started young.
That's the way to do it. Well, okay, so side question because you like Shakespeare, I like Taylor Swift. What do you think of Fate of Ophelia? Because I've learned, because I'm not a Shakespeare person, think I was supposed to read it and like one of these things in school. I didn't because it was too hard for me to read. But I just learned that like Ophelia is a Shakespeare person.
Yeah, she
is. Right? Yes.
She's from Hamlet. Yeah, she's
Hamlet. That's the one I think I was supposed to read.
Hamlet's love, who has a dreadful fate at the end that she self-imposes. Okay, if you are someone who would rather listen to Shakespeare, there's some like really good audio plays of it as well. Okay. But like, the BBC, the Globe, they do amazing productions of it. And they do it in a way that it's relatable to all levels of understandings for Shakespeare.
Okay, I need like second grade learnings.
I'll send you
Shakespeare.
Best Hamlet I've seen.
Perfect. Done. Everyone, we'll put it in the show notes.
Put it in the show notes.
Yes.
It's amazing.
That's very important.
If you love Benedict Cumberbatch, you're in for a treat.
Yes. Okay. I know who he is. Perfect. Mm-hmm. We'll definitely catch up on it. Let's talk a bit about office managers.
All right.
We love them.
Yeah, we love them.
How has the role of the office manager evolved in the last few years, especially when it comes to technology, patient expectations, and the hiring challenges?
The role of the office manager has evolved dramatically. I mean, even in the past 14, 15 years that I've been in dentistry, I've seen it as the person who handles the schedule and kept things moving and kept everyone happy and kept things kosher, right? Now, office management, they're basically the COOs of the practice.
Mm-hmm.
So they're managing technology, hiring, the patient experience, the business strategy and outcomes. I mean, dental managers really are connective tissue that holds the operation together, right? I mean, with the doctor, dentist, owner. I mean, what's really changed is that data and leadership, they go hand in hand now. The best office managers, they aren't just leading people, they're also leading strategy. So it has really grown from a stereotypical role,
right,
in a lot of eyes, to really a powerhouse in the industry.
I think it's a lot of technology that's being thrown our way.
Yep.
What I love about the role shift is that it is such a strategic role. And for so long, as a former office manager, we were stuck in the manual process of gathering data.
Yeah.
And that it didn't, or just the manual process of the job to perform, of the many jobs
Right.
to perform, that there was no time for strategy. And you cannot run a business without strategy.
Yep.
And so I think I love seeing how it's evolved, but it's also tough to change, and change management is a real thing. And how do you help, or what's your advice for office managers that are maybe going through that change between kind of how it was to what it is?
Change management is just, it's one of my loves. Because when you don't have change management, it's absolute chaos and sink a wonderfully moving ship with the wrong decision or without strategy behind the decision. For managers who are going through any transitions or change, I mean, I would say go back to your foundations. What keeps you solid? Your SOPs keep you solid, a strong team, strong patient base. That's all revolved around the why of the practice and the mission. If everyone is moving forward following that mission, any change that comes your way, you find the why. How does this change? How is it a part of our mission? You really need to streamline everything into that mission. So we're on that trajectory of growth. So strong SOPs, strong communication. It's dramatic effect. Communication is huge.
So big and so overlooked. That's like the last thing, like, oh, we forgot to tell people.
Yeah. How many times has there been a decision made and you should be the first to know, but you're the last to know? I can remember a decision being made in the practice and it was midday and the doctor came up and said, oh, the fee for this is this. I don't want to, throw the doctor under the bus in front of the patient. So I said, oh, okay, let me just go adjust the treatment plan. I'll be right back. So I go into the back with the doctor to adjust the treatment plan. And I was like, literally, WTF, doc?
Yep.
I just quoted this fee 25 minutes ago. What happened between then and now? It was just outside influences that changed the fee. And then all of a sudden the fee was changed for the whole entire practice.
Yeah.
That could have been communicated with the whole, with me prior. And then we could have trickled it down to the team and created, looked at our strategy behind it. We needed to create SOPs about the change, even down to who's going to go into Smart Docs and EagleSoft and update all of the templates. Like those things needs to happen. I mean, if the hygienist is going to quote, let's just say they're going to quote a night guard and the fee magically changes, but they print out that quote on the old fee, what's it on? Well, ultimately it's on the doctor, but it's going to come back to the office manager.
But you're the one that's going to get yelled at by the patient.
Exactly. So communication is,
it's huge. It really is. I think too, it's at least my father, how he would operate as the practice owner was sometimes out of like fear, would change things out of fear, out of like, well, my schedule fell apart and so I have time on my calendar. Like, now let me change something random. And it's like, whoa. First of all, tip 1, keep your doctor busy. And then they can't change things. At least for my father, if he was like moseying up to the front, we're like, we got to get him scheduled, keep him in the back. But he was operating out of fear because so many other things were out of control. He's like, well, let me change these things, or let me go back on the process we said we were going to start implementing.
Yeah.
But then I revert back to like my old habits. And so really it's a team effort, being on the same page, lots of communication. And I think too, even after you try something, coming back and like, how did it go? Or what do we think about this change that we made? Instead of just keep making changes without seeing how it's doing.
Right. And that's a huge part of change management is the post questions and the post survey of how did the change go, completing your circle. We used to say that too. Like, did you complete your circle? We need to complete the circle.
Yes.
Find out if it's working. If it's not, we got to go back to strategy and figure it out until we can complete the circle.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, post change communication is also equally important.
Very true. Yeah. And so with there being so much new technology in dentistry, what do you think that balance is between embracing this innovation, but keeping the patient experience personal, because dentistry is so personal? So how do you keep that right balance?
You can't automate everything. I always say, don't automate empathy. Patients know when they're being served by a robot or AI, and they know when they're communicating and chatting with a human, right? Yes. Patients want to feel seen and they want to feel cared for. And all of the technology we're using now should help us to be more human, not less. The best innovation happens when it makes your team's lives easier so they can focus on the patients rather than the paperwork. So using technology as a connector rather than a stopgap or a barrier is something to really, really be aware of when you're reaching out to patients and each other too. How many times have you received an email from a peer or from another dental industry partner and you're like, you ain't fooling me. I know you ChatGPT that email. Those dashes are a giveaway.
The dashes! I've had to tell my ChatGPT over and over, I don't do dashes. I'm not a dash person.
Not a dasher either.
Take my dashes off.
There is something really big chasing me, so don't. There are no dashes.
No dash, except my next email to you. I'm just going to add dashes to trick you into thinking it was AI. But it's true.
All bullet points.
Yes, it is so true. Then we can smell AI. Well, it's getting good, I will say. Like even AI photos and videos are getting scary out there. They're getting good.
Yeah.
But AI doesn't replace, like you said, empathy.
No.
Like we have souls. We have a shared experience in life, and life is hard. Yeah. And that is something that you have to be able to relate to your patients and be vulnerable enough. But just being people first, I think, is always so important. I would love to hear you're at Max Assist, and I was able to demo Max Assist. Yeah. It is amazing. Everyone should do a demo if they have not seen it. I would love to hear just how is Max Assist helping bring in technology but improve the patient experience?
So Max Assist, for those of you who don't know, it is a foundational workflow tool that sits on top of the practice management system. So you're not having to go to 8 different web browsers to be able to reach out to patients, look at different metrics, see where the holes are in your schedule. It's just built right on top of there. I mean, right now we're categorized as a patient communication software, but we're trying to like punch the ceiling out because we really are a daily workflow tool.
I'll say it's so much more.
It's so much more than patient communication. What it's doing in terms of communication, it's putting opportunities in front of team members so they can make those real person touch points with the patients. If we go back to don't automate empathy, like you don't want to automate any of these touch points. And it targets the patients that are most likely to fill holes in the schedule. So it's not like sending an email blast out to 300 patients hoping one sticks, right? You have a list of 5. I can personally reach out to 5 people I know that are going to fill that 8 o'clock. And I can send some blanket text message to 300 people. That's the difference. Like you're going to have real connections with patients based on just sending blasts out in hopes that you're going to fill that appointment. It's
so nice. It's
about an experience the other day. Did you have Sunday scaries?
No, what are Sunday scaries?
Okay, Sunday scaries are like, it was usually before school, like during school. So like middle school, high school, maybe college.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, tomorrow's Monday and like
Oh,
week is going to be terrible and I don't know what's
yeah.
going to happen and what dumpster fire I'm going to have to jump into.
Yeah.
And the other day, no lie, I was in the shower because that's where I have all my best thinking.
Best thinking is in the shower.
And I was like, oh my God, I kind of wish I was back in dental management because I'd have absolutely no Sunday scaries right now with using Max.
Yes.
If I'd go in, I'd be able to have my hot cup of coffee and know that all of my admin team knows exactly what they're doing because it gives them their own task lists for the day. And then my clinical team is going to be super happy because they're going to have patients on their schedule. Like the Sunday scaries were just like, boop. I was like,
It's
I could go.
amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
You need to like trademark that. Like, get rid of the Sunday scaries. Use Max Assist today.
I should ping the marketing team after this.
You should. Marketing team, I got something for you. But that's so true. Well, and that's where I say, like, I feel like Max Assist and Wisdom are the perfect. Like, there's so much synergy there because, you know, what we do is the dental billing side, which there are so many things that you can automate, and especially to like a dental billing expert.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going through turnover or any kind of hiring ups and downs or lack of stability. And then you have Max Assist that helps with, you know, because I think of the recare list and all getting the doctor scheduled so he's not coming up to the front, making sure he's booked and getting your appointments confirmed. Because there's so much in regards to not just new patients, but retention of your patients.
Yeah.
Is the number one reasons why I saw my dad's practice just never, you know, improve past a certain point was because of who was leaving the back door. Because there's so many people that when you're running it manually that it's impossible to keep track of. Like, spend your time talking to your patients, not pulling the reports that you need to find the patients. And that's what I love that Max Assist can do.
Thanks. Yeah, it is pretty cool. And what you just said about Wisdom and having the human touch, I do love insurance, and I am like a self-proclaimed insurance.
I know.
Like a nerd. It's so fun. It's so cool. It's like, oh, I didn't know that code did that now. Like just little things like that. You'll never get that with AI, first of all.
Right.
You're always going to need a human to verify the processes are working.
Correct. Right.
Especially in something that changes so frequently. It really is so sensitive. For as much descriptions that they put in, like, you know, the CDD code book or whatever, there are some things that are subjective. And then there are some things that are objective. And
100%. Yep.
And being able to pull in the right narrative from the doctor's notes that relates to that claim, AI can't do that all the time.
It can't. And AI, especially these EOBs that we see.
Yeah.
So that's like, you know, we use AI, we love AI, but it's to make our humans faster, our human dental billing experts better what they do.
Yeah.
Because AI, can it catch 80% of what we needed to catch? Yeah. What about the 20%? Like, what about the buildups that were denied that need to be appealed? Right. That says it's inclusive. Like, we're fighting for every nickel and dime because AI isn't going to fight for everything. It's not an and if then equation. So I love that we both stand behind this.
Yeah.
AI to empower humans to do better at their jobs so that we can think more strategically in our practices.
Absolutely. And there are some really, really cool AI tools out there for anyone running a practice. There's a platform called Synesthesia, and it would be something that I would use for training. So you can upload parts of your training manual and AI will present a video on that section of your training manual.
Yes. So I love that kind of AI.
Yeah, me too. So for someone who can't read over an SOP and understand and internalize it, they do better with the video. Here's an opportunity for you to make sure everyone on the team is aligned. And then when they understand, they feel empowered to do better.
Yes.
The lack of clarity.
That's so important. And that was something I wrestled with as an office manager. As a new office manager, I thought everyone learned how I learned. So we had this huge protocol book that I was so proud of, like the big binder. And I'm like, have you looked at the protocol book? My dad still will say, like, is it in the protocol book? Because that's just like our language. But him and I couldn't understand, like, why don't people understand? Like, we give them this protocol book and they don't know why that doesn't work. And it is because people learn different ways, and not everybody is going to learn from a checklist.
Yeah.
Some people are going to learn by doing it themselves. Some people learn visually by watching it. So I think that's really important to give people different ways to understand your processes, especially in onboarding.
Actually, I think we're soul sisters, because when I made my office's protocol book for the front desk,
Yes,
I would whip that thing around like, did you see the book?
all the time.
Did you see the book?
Honestly, I think it's right here in my closet.
Mine is my cabinet.
I love it. I love it. And like every time we would get to update a process, I'm like, and we would laminate them and like hole punch and put it in the protocol book.
I felt like this was like my PhD dissertation. This 185-page protocol book.
And so many pages.
Here it is.
Like, what do you mean you don't know how to do this? Go to page 123.
And now there's Scribe, so you can literally like click the icon on your web browser and do it, and it'll just like do it all for you. And you're like, whatever. I was the underdog. I did grit. There was grit in that.
Back in the day, we were working hard. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so glad we all have our protocol book stories. This is my favorite thing. Okay, I want to know.
Okay.
What advice would you give to dentists or managers who want to create a healthier and more efficient practice culture in 2025, 2026?
That's a great question. Start by asking your team one simple question. What slows them down? And then actually strategize to fix those things. Culture isn't built in team meetings or, little slogans like you can do it. That's not how culture is built. It's built when the team sees that their challenges matter, and that leadership, whether it's the OM, the regional, the doctor owner, or like your team lead, your clinical lead, whether leadership is willing to make the day easier and help them with that. So efficiency is respect in action, I would say. That I think that's big for culture in 26.
So big. And just being heard. Like, it feels so nice to feel heard.
Yeah.
So like opening up the space to allow people to kind of say what's slowing them down without feeling like, oh, I'm going to get repercussions for like maybe saying I need help in an area.
Yeah. And have an anonymous, we used to have a lockbox, like a letter box in our break room, and with pad of paper and pens, and anything you wanted to bring to leadership anonymously, you could fill it out, put it in, and the OM and the doc had the key. So we would open it up once a week to see if there were any challenges or celebrations, like encourage celebrations too. Yeah, it's interesting. Some of our most vocal team members were least vocal when it came to challenges. So giving them the opportunity to throw it on a piece of paper and have their voice heard without feeling seen was important.
That's very, very, because just like everyone doesn't learn the same way.
Right.
Also, people don't feel comfortable raising concerns the same way. And, growing up, I was not a verbal process. Like, I had to write things down, especially. So I'd write my parents like letters when I got in trouble because I couldn't express my apologies in my words.
Great.
So I had to write it down. So like being vulnerable for me feels more comfortable sometimes, at least when I was younger, writing it down than saying it out loud. So that is a really good tip. I like everyone to get a lockbox. You can probably Amazon one.
You can Amazon one in 24 hours. Screw that bad boy in, or put some of that double-sided sticky tape on the back and just let people start writing away. You'd be surprised at the things people write too. And you could even do a question a week. So it doesn't just have to be like, this is your challenge box. Like, ask them, is there a fun team bonding event that they've heard of that they want to go to? What does bonus mean to them? Like, asking weekly questions in there also helps you strategize for the next day, the week, the month, the year in your growth in building team culture.
That's a great idea. And listen to don't just take all the responses and do nothing with it either. Because I've been a culprit of that. Like, doing it when we're already very overwhelmed and be like, oh, and then when you hear people's complaints and don't address them, that backfires.
Or you hear the complaints and don't ever do this because this is so, it just brings down the mood and the culture. If someone puts in something vulnerable and kind of crappy, I don't want to swear on your podcast, Ashley, so I won't. Sometimes
be free.
Sometimes they just fly out of my mouth.
Pops out. That's okay.
I am sorry in advance. Sometimes people put like the crappiest things on those sheets, but you don't want to walk into then like a morning opportunity meeting or a huddle and be like, I don't know who wrote this thing. Blah, 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 blah. Oh God, whatever you do, don't do that. Don't
do that.
Go into your office, shut the door, and do it to the mirror or something.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't even do it to your doctor either. That's just like bad rep too. Just acknowledge that it was said, but don't wave it around to the front.
Right. Emotionally regulate before you respond. If you feel your heart in your chest or like beating out of here, like don't respond yet. And maybe read them at a certain time when everyone's left.
Yeah.
Or take them home.
Yeah. Yeah, save it for the end.
Just in case.
You don't want to start your day off negative, Nancy, no.
No. And if you're filling in, you're the one dropping in.
Yeah.
Drop it. Like do the sandwich approach where it's not just all bad, but like good, bad, good.
Yeah.
Like with some good things. Like it's not all terrible here.
Right.
But I think the main thing, being honest, and when we can be honest with your team members, that is what builds the trust. Being able to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yes, communication, that you can communicate in a professionally mature way from both sides, that you can communicate knowing that we might disagree on some things and that's okay. Yeah. And just move forward for the mission of the office and making sure, having a good mission and values and making sure everyone's aligned on those and communication.
Preach.
That's it. That's all we got. That's it. And then get max assist and wisdom.
Oh!
Bam.
Boom.
Done.
Full schedules. Happy team. Happy patients.
Happy patients. What else you got? Money at the bank. What else do you need? That's it.
That's all you need.
Well, I want you to tell everyone, because everyone, if you have not done a demo of Max Assist, again, I'm telling you, I just did one. I think it was last week. Unbelievable. If you have not done one, please set up today, and I will have the link in the show notes. But Savanah, I want you to tell everyone how they can get a hold of you to learn more about Max Assist and what you all do.
Yeah, totally. Well, you can always email me. I love connection and communication. So you can email me at savannah.carlson@maxassist.com, and that's Savannah with one N. Or you can even just go to maxassist.com and you can book a demo anywhere there and just tag me as how you heard about Max Assist. Mm-hmm. And I can get you. I'm demo ready too, Ashley.
Yes.
I'm
get there.
Give demos as well. So we'd have a good time, guys. Did you have a good time on our demo, Ashley?
So much fun. And there's so many more things. So like I was just like, oh, and can it do that? And everything was like, this is how I would build it. Like It is built for office man. Like you can just tell, and I think I said this, you can tell when something is built by dental experts or someone that's done the job, or it's built by someone that doesn't understand dentistry or what office managers do. Mm-hmm. It's built, my office manager brain works. Mm-hmm. And that is why I just love it. Mm-hmm. It made my job so much easier.
It would have made my job so
much easier. Right. So go into our show notes because we will have that direct link there for everybody to set up a demo. And I just want to thank you again for joining us.
Oh.
This is so much fun. We're going to keep doing this because it's so much fun.
Yeah, I love it. You're a breath of fresh air. Let's do this all the time.
Let's do this. Okay, next week. Happy on. No, but really, thank you so much. And thank you to all of our listeners.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to a new era of dentistry. If today's episode sparked an idea or solved a pain point, we'd love for you to subscribe and share it with your team. At Wisdom, we're here to help you simplify, streamline, and succeed. Because let's face it, your patients deserve your focus, not your paperwork. Until next time, keep innovating, keep caring, and most importantly, stay smiling.